the universe has been testing me. Hi, my name is Martine from mumwire.com, helping mums lose weight and transform their bodies. And today is episode, why do I not check this before I press record? Episode 10 of my bikini vlog. I think that's right. And if you watched my last episode, I stated why this has been the hardest prep ever. I'm currently, again, why do I not check this? I'm going to get it exactly right. I am currently 2 weeks out from my next competition. I think I know that off the top of my head. And when I recorded the last episode, I recorded that like 5 or 6 weeks ago. And things have changed a lot since then. I'm going to state this first. I am feeling probably a million times happier than when I first originally recorded that episode. So that's great. And but people say when it rains, it pours. So let me just tell you what happened. I know I smile when I say these things. I don't know why I smile. It's just, it's not funny. It's not amusing. I don't know. It's just a thing I do. So I have been feeling since that episode pretty good.
Pretty good.
And this happened last week. So a week today from the day that I'm recording this. So it takes me forever to edit these things. So God knows when you're going to be watching this. But anyway, a week today, I was doing a very similar thing. I was working. In fact, I was actually preparing to do a live workout with my Mumwire tribe members, because every week I do a live workout with them. And I had just been to my car to get something for the live workout, of which I'd completely forgotten. I'd gone to the car, got everything else but the thing I needed, went into the house, and my mum was saying goodbye to me, and then she was going. And the strangest thing is, she would have left there and then, but she actually came back and gave me a kiss and said, I love you, which is what we always do. And she, because she was downstairs and I was upstairs, she actually came upstairs to give me a kiss and hug before she left, and then went out. Anyway, so she just left, and I'm sitting down to do some work, getting ready for my live workout, thinking to myself, I need to go back to the car. And I kept thinking, yeah, I'll do it in a minute, and I hadn't gone back. But anyway, she's left the house, she's come out of the drive, and I have heard this, what sounds nothing, it sounded like a bomb went off, or like a massive lorry had fallen on its side. That's what I thought in my head, and I just thought, oh, it's just a lorry speeding past or something. But then I could hear, it actually sounded like a cat meowing, or some kind of animal making a noise, or a child. And then I just got this awful feeling, I thought something's wrong, and I bolted down those stairs, went out the door. And you know when you do things on autopilot and you do things so quick that you can't actually remember doing it, but you're just there. So I bolted downstairs, and I know that because I actually rolled my ankle, which really freaking hurt. And also, we've got 2 dogs, and at some point I must have ran out, put the latch on and shut the door so the dogs didn't get out, but I didn't think I did any of that. Anyway, the next thing, I'm in the middle of the road outside my house, and there is a car upside down in the road. I've never seen that before in my life. I had my phone, and my mum has a different car, but I was just, in my head, I panicked. I thought, oh my God, that's my mum. But it wasn't. And there was a lady in the car who was upside down, and that was what the noise was. She was screaming, help, help, help. And so our road is quite a busy road, but in this moment, it was just like deadly silent, like tumbleweed. You know, when time just kind of doesn't exist anymore, stand still, and you are just like, your brain is trying to work out what the hell is going on. Like, there's a car upside down. How did that happen? Where's the lady from? Where is everybody? And I just thought, I could hear the car hissing, and I was thinking, oh, I don't know if that's going to explode. But I went up to the lady, and I moved. There was airbags everywhere. Like, I don't know how many she had, but it looked like the whole car was just splattered everywhere. And I looked in, and she spoke. I said, are you okay? Now, obviously, I know she's not okay, but I'm guessing I probably meant, are you alive? And she's like, help me. And I just quickly looked in the back to check there wasn't any children in there. And I said, I'm going to phone the ambulance to stay there. I know she can't move, but just stay there. And because I didn't know what to do, so I phoned the ambulance. And then in that time, as I'm on the phone to the ambulance, I'm then waving down for anyone to pay attention and stop. And the first car that comes has to stop because the whole road is blocked. The first person stops, is a man, he runs out and he goes straight to the woman whilst I'm on the phone. Then the neighbour runs out, and it went from like deadly silence and me on my own to like everybody, like millions of people, obviously not millions of people, but lots of people there like that. And so I'm on the phone and I've just turned around and like nothing, I can't describe for you when it's a moment like that, things that happen, you can't really recall the order in which they happen. But as I turned around, there was now two ladies who live on this street, which I haven't actually met before. And one of them is a nurse, so she knows, I don't know, she knows what she's doing. She is talking to the lady and holding her, like stroking her hand. And there's another lady who's in the other side, just trying to keep her calm, because this poor lady is just shouting, I'm dying, I'm dead, I'm going to die. And we're all saying, you're not dead, you're alive, you're fine, you're going to be fine. So she's upside down and we don't know what injuries have been caused. And I'm on the phone to the ambulance. And who knew you had to phone ambulance, police and fire service, and you have to be connected to each one individually? I didn't know that. So I'm on the phone to them and they are asking me to find out information from her. So I'm on the phone, I'm next to the car, I'm speaking to them, I hear a hissing, thinking, oh my God, is this going to blow up? And then all of it are going to get blown up. And she's saying to me, ask her what her name is, how old is she, what is her date of birth, can you keep her talking? And so it's like, when you're listening and you're trying to talk and you're trying to take everything in. And then my mum's come out of nowhere and she thinks that I have been in the car, which she has hit, which I didn't know had even happened at this point. And so she's like panicked. And I'm like, no, Mum, I'm fine. I was going to my car, but then this happened. So I'm on the phone and I'm chatting to the lady and I'm finding out her name and how old she is and everything else. And they're just telling me what to do and what not to do. And what they said to not do is don't even try and get her out of the car. Just leave her and the paramedics will be there. And they were there super quick. And then the fire service came and then the police came. And you would have think this was like some head-on collision at 80 miles per hour. In fact, I'm going to put a photo of it up on the screen right now. As you can see, that was a lot of damage. And so what had happened is, well, actually no one really knows what happened, but what we think happened, well, we know for a fact she hit my car. So my car's new, her car's new. She drove into the back of my car, with the CCTV across the road, so the police have that. And she drove into the back of my car, accelerated instead of braking, drove up it, flipped her car, and that is why the car was upside down in the middle of the road. And that is also why my car has been wrote off. The best thing is I didn't go to the car when I had planned to go. My mum didn't leave the house when she planned to leave. And the lady, who's an 82-year-old lady, is absolutely fine. And when I say fine, she came out of that with a scratched finger, like this tiny little scratch, a tiny scratch. She came out with she hit her car at 30 miles per hour, drove up it, flipped her own, wrecked her car, got trapped inside for hours, and came out with just a scratched finger. That is pretty amazing. So everybody's fine. That means everybody's calm. The police are fine, the paramedics are fine, the ambulance service are fine, or they've got a big job of turning the car. I'm fine. The net result is I do not have a car. She does not have a car. I need to sort that out. So I then spent the rest of the day, obviously I missed a live workout because this happened probably 10 minutes before I was due to go live, which is why I was about to go into the car and get the band. So I'm very grateful and fortunate that I wasn't in the car. My mum hadn't left when she left, and that the lady that hit the car was fine. I'm not bothered about the car. I'm bothered that everyone else is okay, and how fortunate we are. And I don't know why this happened, but obviously I wasn't meant to be in that car or have that car. I wasn't meant to be doing what I was doing or going where I was going. And that's how I've seen it. And the lady was so worried about her car, my car, and it's like, God, it's the last thing to need to worry about. You just relax and be fine. And her husband, who's been very sweet, and her daughter, they've all come around to like apologize. And it's an accident. Like, she did not intend to do it, so it is what it is. But where that leaves me is, and when I say when it rains it pours, is this is why this prep has been the hardest. It's like, prep wise, everything has been done as it should be done. It's just, I've just had personal challenge after personal challenge. And so I spent a good 3 hours of the day talking to my insurance company, talking to Mercedes, talking to people who picking my car up, talking to the people that are providing me with a courtesy car. So to this date, I actually still don't have my car, and actually I don't even know where it is. I'm supposed to get a call sometime, and I've got like 40 numbers of different places I need to call for this. I'm just gonna wait for the call. So yeah, I don't have a car. And that day I was supposed to go to the gym in the evening, of which I still did. I got a lift there and a lift back, so I still got my session in. But it has been like, oh my god, please stop, give me a break. That's how it's been. That's how this prep has been. I'm seeing the lessons in all of these things, and it is making me stronger. It is making me more appreciative and grateful because all of the personal challenges I've had of late, someone always is in a worse off position than you always. And I feel very fortunate actually, because when I think about the things that have happened, they've all happened for a reason. And no, at the time it's upsetting and shocking and hurtful, whatever has happened, it happened for a reason of which I've learned from. And actually, once you learn what the reason is, you can't not be happy about it because you understand why that's happened. And that's the same with my car being wrote off, is that although it's inconvenient at the time, it's still inconvenient because I don't have my car, and still trying to sort it out. I could have been in that car. My daughter could have been in that car. That lady could have died. It could have been worse, far worse, to come out and no one is injured. There's no other cars coming at the time. She came out with a scratched finger. I had not gone to the car when I planned to go on. My mum was not involved. She'd left later. I was not involved. I'm not injured. She's not injured. Although you could see it as, well, that's still shit what happened. Not really. Everyone's safe. Everyone's well. And everyone would have took something from and learned from it, even if it's just to count your blessings, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. In fact, the first thing that I did, not the first thing actually, after sorting out the insurance, hours later when I had just got MIA on my group, I then posted a picture and told them that tomorrow is not promised, because it's a friend of mine that says that to me all the time. I wanted them to know. In fact, let me find what I put. Okay, so what I posted in the group was, in my Mum Wear It Tribe group, I obviously explained why the live workout didn't happen and when it will happen. I sent them a picture of what had happened and the reason why I was not there. And I put, live each day as if it's your last. Quit complaining, quit moaning, say sorry, say I love you, be happy, and live your life. Your life can change in a heartbeat. And I wanted to share that because that was the perfect reminder for me of, although you know certain things and you say certain things like live each day as if it's your last and all those things, you can get into a habit of just saying them and forgetting what it actually means. And when something like that happens, you're like, shit, tomorrow could have been completely different for a lot of people. So I wanted to get my members to understand, although it hasn't happened to them and they may not be able to relate in the same way. So you really, nothing is guaranteed. Like, you have to, don't hold grudges, don't hate on people, don't not tell someone you love them if you love them, don't expect tomorrow to be there. So that's what I put in the group without getting solemn, so that I don't know why I put it, just because I felt like I should. That's why I put it. So that has been the update. I have 2 weeks to go. Everything is actually on track. I feel great. I am happy. I am getting on with it. I am looking forward to it. I have had if you've seen any of my vlogs before, or if you're a close friend of mine, you will know I'm not particularly a foodie. Like I eat a lot, but I'm not someone that gets really excited about food. You know that some people do, like my brother and his girlfriend, they're so like, they'll research the food they're gonna have and they'll dream about it and talk about it. I don't really get like that. This prep, however, I'm turned into the biggest foodie. Like I've been taking photos of food, other people's food, that they're half eaten, that looks disgusting, that I want to eat. I have craved for everything under the sun, things I never ever even normally eat or like. So, and I think that's because I've had a few preps this year, and I don't know, maybe I'm turning into a foodie, who knows? But I tell you, from doing prep, or if you are following any kind of nutritional plan and sticking to it, that is, that you really start to appreciate food. It's one of the best and nicest things of it, because when you do get to have it, like when I get to have a glass of wine the night before, when I get to have Prosecco when I finish, when I get to choose whatever I feel like as my treat, post-comp, oh, it tastes phenomenal. Everything tastes amazing. And it's because I've not had it for ages. Yeah, it's utter crap, but you've got to have balance. So my treat will be, I don't even know. I know, actually, I do know. I do know one thing. It will definitely be Prosecco. I will definitely have, my daughter had her birthday, and I was the only one that couldn't have any of her birthday cake. It's be my birthday next week, of which I will not be celebrating until after the competition, because I can't have the foods that I would like to have for my birthday. So I'm going to get the birthday cake that I bought for my daughter for my own birthday. I'm going to have that after, because it looked amazing. It was only like some cheap cake from Sainsbury's, so I'm going to have that. And you know what? This is the most random thing, but I just want to be able to snack on something without tracking it or working out my macros. I just want to eat like a whole pack of Snacker Jack caramel rice cakes, because I normally just have plain corn cakes all the time. I've discovered those, and they are very nice, and I would like to eat the whole packet. So it's really random things. I always want the most random things. And you know what? Afterwards, I probably would only have the Prosecco and the cake, because I'll be full. And then I've got another competition coming up a few weeks later. So I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. And I am feeling very grateful for my food. And I'm going to be even more grateful when I get to eat some of the naughty things I've been craving for, because they are going to taste amazing. So that is episode 10. When it rains, it pours, and it really bloody does. But I feel like, sometimes I feel like things come in threes. I feel like I've had 3 pretty big personal challenges, and I feel like I'm done. I'm done. Hat trick, done. Is that what it is? Hat trick? Don't know. Done. So I just think if you can smile through all these things, you can just keep your smile. And I'll be wearing that on stage. That was cheesy, but I'm keeping it in. I don't have anything else to say. I prefer not to waffle. I'll see you next time. Stay fit, stay strong, stay healthy. See you soon. Bye.